I watched Fat-Topia the other day, which is a documentary on Amazon Prime, and it's about a guy who went around and he was trying to find out more information about the fat acceptance movement. There came a segment titled Thin Privilege, I had a nuclear meltdown and started crying out of sheer anger and frustration. So, why, you ask? Well, for one, I'm really getting sick and tired of people throwing the word privilege around because I feel like they're just slapping it on people they don't like. The fat person was basically slapping privilege onto thin people because they think the grass is greener on the other side for thin people. Basically, the reason that I cried a lot, like so much that I had to fucking pause the video because I was like not even hearing anything the video was saying anymore. I felt like when the fat lady said thin privilege, she basically just negated all of the effort that I have done for everything in my entire life. So like, because I'm thin, I'm supposed to magically have a perfect life. I don't have to put any effort into anything and things just get handed to me. And I am a really strong believer in personal responsibility. So when somebody tries to give me a handout, I get really kind of irritated, even if the person has good intentions. I'm not about handouts. I don't want a fucking handout. I don't want any kind of special treatment. Like, I want to earn the shit that I'm given. So it basically, when she said thin privilege, it made me think of all the times in my life when I've had hardships, either mentally, emotionally, or physically. And she basically said all the effort I put in to get myself out of those situations is bullshit because I have thin privilege. And that's why I cried my fucking face off. Now, I realized that her saying that didn't negate anything in my life because it was just words. And I realized that none of that is true, that the effort that I did put in is still valid, and the effort that I still put in every day is still valid. I realized this. I just hate the word privilege right now and the way it's being used because it's really just fucking obnoxious. And it's more like people are trying to use it as an insult, and it's really grating on my nerves, like a lot. And one of the big things that fat acceptance people like to whine about is how clothes in mainstream stores are not catered to people their size. I ran into a situation the other day where I actually had something that didn't fit me. So it's like, that happens to thin people too. So I felt the other day like I was being skinny shamed because I was trying to find a ring that fit my middle finger, and my middle finger is a size 6, and like all of the stores, they only have like ring sizes of like 7 or 8, like a lot of the mainstream stores. And so like I feel like I need to be like, or maybe I'm being ring size shamed because like, why don't mainstream stores carry rings that are a size 6? Like why don't all stores just carry a size 6? Like, why do I have to be discriminated against because my middle finger size is not as big as everyone else's? Like, why is society like this? And I feel like that's how they act about the clothes. They go into a few mainstream stores, they get upset that there isn't, a 6X or whatever the fuck size they need. Yet they fail to realize that there are stores like Torrid that have clothes that fit you. So just go to Torrid. I had a problem finding a size 6 ring at a few mainstream department stores. So I went to some of the stores that I know have smaller ring sizes. Express, they have size 6. Claire's, they have size 6. I went to the other stores because I was just hoping maybe that they would have something just, you know, to browse or whatever, just in case they did have some, because sometimes they do. They have like one size 6 ring or something at like Kohl's, but I didn't like the design, so I didn't buy it. So I went and found, like, I went around and I found a place that did have what I needed, and I actually ended up finding a ring that fit. So, like, that's the other choice. You can just go to the store that you know has what you want instead of sitting at home whining about how stores are unfair to you. They're not purposely trying to be unfair to you. They're just marketing for like the supply and demand, okay? Like, economics works the way it does for a reason. There's supply and demand. So if there are less people that need size 6X, they're going to make less clothes that are size 6X. It's not personal. You don't have to take it personally. I don't have to take it personally that jewelry makers don't make rings in a size 6 on a common scale level. I don't have to take offense to that. They're not telling me I'm a shitty human. They're just saying that for the majority of people, their middle finger size is a 7. On average, that, you know, that's just what it is. So there's more people that are going to buy a size 7 ring, so there's more demand for that, so they're going to make more supply for it. That's all. That's the reason. So there's no privilege. There's no fucking like magical, like, my life is easier because I'm skinny bullshit. Like, alright, so those are my thoughts on privilege and thin privilege, and how just the word privilege is just making me irritated, and then when you put descriptors in front of it, it just irritates me more, and just, those are my fucking thoughts. Thank you for watching. Be civil, stop being entitled whiny little assholes, and I'll see you in the next video.